Hi, I'm gonna do something kind of weird, and that is press this button combination and then change myself into spectator mode. Because I'm gonna be spectating as much as you will be for this episode. This episode will be a tour and nothing more. This is the Sploinker SMP, a server that I started about a year or so ago to play with my friends. And I wanted a little bit of extra, but that's not important. The most important part of the server was me playing together with friends, and we just play Minecraft, hang out, and have fun. But as you can probably tell by the title, recently that's been kinda difficult. A lot of people have just been busy with other things, and so have I. Well, I haven't been busy with other things. I've just been kind of burnt out on the Sploink recipe, for now anyway, and I have decided to shut down the server. Which is unfortunate, and that means there won't be any videos on the Sploink SMP anymore for a while. Which is sad, and I am very disappointed that it has to turn out this way. But unfortunately, that's how it will have to be for now. Does this mean the Sploink recipe will never return? No, absolutely not. We shut it down before already, and we took a break before, so it wouldn't be the first time that I had to end the server because of a lack of people playing and me kind of having a bit of a burnout on the side. I'm at a point in my life where I just do not feel very good. I'm really struggling just staying motivated and staying happy most of all, and that's because, well, I'm an autistic person, and people with autism in this modern world are struggling. At least I am. I'm sure there might be some people with autism that have it, well, I doubt any of them have it easy, but you know what I mean. So that's one of the reasons I've decided to shut it down. Oh my god, that looks like an Among Us. How have I never realized that? But yeah, I'm mostly struggling with mental health, and that's basically the most major reason I'm shutting down the server. Player count also just isn't that high, so staying motivated to go into the server and hang out with people, make content, any type of content that I want to do, I just don't really see where it's going currently. And I know the storyline of the server, I know how it's going to end, I know where it's going to go, and that's still going to happen eventually, just after this break, which it'll probably last at least a couple months, but I want to get back to it as soon as possible, trust me, but for now I just need to take a bit of a break. Player count is kind of low, and it's just a lot more fun when you're hanging out with people, doing things together, and no one's really been able to come up with anything to do, which is just a bit of a struggle. Like, there's main events that I do plan and try to get people on the server for, but especially with the latest event, people just weren't really that interested and they were too busy with other things, and well, I didn't really plan for people to dislike my event so much. They didn't really dislike it, they were just too busy with other things. I did try to come up with several other events that we could do to try and spice the server up again. Hunter came up with some ideas and some other people tried. I just couldn't really see an easy answer for now that would take a lot of weight off of my shoulders. And the Sploinker SMP is a big project. There's a lot of lore that is getting developed slowly, and, well, you might not have seen much of it now, but trust me, it's going to go places, and I'm very excited for that, which is one of the reasons I will be still continuing the Sploinker SMP. I just need a bit of a break, is because, well, I have a proper storyline planned out, and I really want that to come into fruition and really pay off the little details that I'm going to plan more and more of as time progresses, that there are only subtleties of right now, but there will definitely be more of as we go. But for now, just the Minecraft part, I'm really struggling with. I know people struggle with staying motivated in Minecraft in general, and it's not just that. It's more also just the making videos that I'm struggling with. I put in quite a lot of hours into making these videos, as high quality as I can manage for just one autistic goober that I am, who gets very easily distracted by other things in life. And I'm also struggling with mental health and depression, probably, which just doesn't help with putting in so much work and making good videos. And, well, you can say like, oh, it's just another person who's struggling with this thing, but I'm just making this video because I'm passionate about this, and I want to convey just how passionate I am about this project. Whether people care about it or not, I don't care. I want to show how much the Sploink SMP matters to me by making this video and showing that despite my current issues, there is things that will change in the future. I don't give up the project by leaving it. And I think that's something that should be very much stressed in this video, is that just giving up a project, and no matter what you're doing, not just a Minecraft server or whatever you're doing, like anything at all goes under the same rule. If you're doing anything and you're feeling burnt out, feel free to take a break, especially in work life. And the corporate businesses want you to burn yourself out as much as possible because they just want you for your work and not for you. But when it comes to these things, personally, take breaks whenever you need them. Even though people might say like, but work, do more. You can't just stop working on it. No, you must. It is really important to take breaks, get your energy back, even if it might feel wrong and it might feel like you actually need to put in more work, which is how I'm feeling right now. It's usually the exact opposite you need to do. The more you feel like you need to work harder to make something happen, the more work you should not do, and put that weight off of your shoulders, because that's the first sign of burnout, which I am slowly starting to get better at recognizing that, and I've let it come a little too close again, which is why I have to take this break, unfortunately. Burnout is a difficult topic. Even if you know all the signs of it, it's still not easy, especially because I'm just one person. I have people around me, yes, but like no one who is really in the YouTube field the way I am. Not quite. I'm not saying no one around me has any kind of talent or anything. I'm just saying, like, extent that I'm trying to take this seriously, no one else really has that exact same motivation I do. That I do think I share with a lot of YouTubers, which is why I feel like I just fit to be a YouTuber, because what other YouTubers do and feel, I feel connected to that, which is another reason, like, I don't want to just give up this Sploink recipe. I really want to keep going, but I need to take this break. Another reason is finances. Unfortunately, I don't really have a lot to spend currently because, again, I'm autistic, I'm a goober, and I haven't managed to really get a good position in life, to get a good job, to get a job at all, really, and just financially do anything at all. I'm unemployed. All I do is YouTube and Twitch a little bit and some music, so I earn a little bit, but it's nothing. No, it's just nothing. At this moment in time, I'm not fit to be a full-time creator, and you know, it's not like I haven't tried to get jobs on the side, but it's just a struggle. I'm not gonna go into it too much, but I do just want to say, like, financially is also a bit of a problem. So that's another reason why I can't keep this going, because in order to keep this server playable properly and have it not shut down, like, there are free servers you can use, but none of them quite hit the mark for me, and for what I want to use the Sploinker SMP for and how I want to use it, some money must simply be spent. That is just how it is, and I'm okay with that, but it does mean that I'd rather shut the server down right now for a little bit, just to maintain a little bit of integrity in my own wallet, which is, again, it's not the main reason, it's not the reason I'm shutting down the server, but it's a little thing on the side that is just important to me as well. I mean, obviously, people want to have money. I don't have to explain how that works, I imagine. So I hope people understand the incentive behind that. But again, it's mostly just my own burnout. The lack of people playing currently. People are sad that I'm shutting it down. I just made the announcement, and I understand that people are disappointed in the server shutting down, because a lot of people do have fun, but right now it's just not the right time. It's not all negative, because again, me taking this break and the others can use a break as well, and even though the Sploink recipe won't be there for a little while, it's all for good, because the break will mean that after that, I can put more work into better videos, use everything that I learned in this run, these couple episodes that I've made on the Sploink recipe, and every time I improve. Because if you look at Season 2's video that I've made, well, not Season 2, Chapter 2, my bad. If you look at Chapter 2's videos compared to Chapter 1, it's already so much better. I've really learned a lot about how to edit, how to make videos flow nicely, what bits to include and what not to include. I still have a long way to go, sure, but I think that I've really improved. I had a lot more energy making these videos, just like in delivery as well. I feel like improved loads already, and I will keep improving as I go. It's sometimes like just looking at YouTubers like, oh, that looks easy, I can do that. There's a little more skill involved than it might seem, even though it just seems like, oh, there's just a dude talking on screen. How bad can it be? You know, there's more to it than just talking. Often it's joked about how easy it is to be a YouTuber, and it's certainly not one of the hardest jobs, don't get me wrong, but there is a certain skill that's definitely required to do so. And, you know, it's a learning curve, and that's partially part of the burnout because, you know, it takes energy, but that's just part of that's just part of the game, and I'm fully understanding of that. As for me with YouTube in general right now, I don't think I'll be stopping making videos. There might be a little less for a little while, as I try to recover. If I get any ideas for a video, I will just make one. It's gonna be sporadic, but to be fair, my videos have already been mostly sporadic anyway. So, you know, not much different in that department anyway. But even though I'm stopping with the Sploink recipe, doesn't mean there won't be any other videos. And I do have some videos planned still that will happen eventually anytime soon. Don't know when exactly. One of them is the TwitchCon recap that I want to work on really bad, which I think now that I get the Splinker SMP out of the way, clear that from my mind, I will have time to really make that a proper good video and actually make it enjoyable, because I started editing that video and it's like, oh boy, this isn't going anywhere right now in my current mental state, and I've really considered what I should cut because I needed to cut something because too many things piled up and I just needed to get something out of the way because otherwise, well, it wasn't going anywhere. But unfortunately, it's the Sploink SMP, which is one of my dearest projects, but it's also therefore the biggest. In the meantime, I'll be working on a game, which is a different project that I really want to work on again. It's something that I already started working on a while back, but I needed to kind of revamp it a little bit, work on the idea a little more, and I have in the meantime done that, and I have some pretty good ideas for that. So I don't know if I'll be making a video about that per se. Maybe I make some devlogs, maybe I don't. We'll see. Stay tuned for that, maybe. I might make some announcements about that in my Discord server or something like that. You can join that in the description. Other than that, they're like, I'm not leaving, but Splinker SMP specifically, yeah. It'll say bye-bye for a little while, which is unfortunate, but I just wanted to really stress how much this server means to me and make sure that people understand. I'm sure someone did care about the videos I'm making and has been following them, because they don't get terrible views. Well, my channel doesn't grow very fast, as in basically not at all. But I'm sure there is a small percentage of people that does care, and for those of you, I say, don't worry, there will be more. And I really appreciate you staying on my channel, checking it out, being here for the ride. For as much as it is, for as little as it is, it doesn't matter to me. I just want to make enjoyable things. For those of you, thank you for being around. We'll be back, hopefully sooner rather than later. I will definitely work on that. I will do my best to get the Sploink recipe as fast as possible. But for now, thank you for being here. The lore will continue very, very soon. I'm sure that I might do some little bits and giggles, shibbly booby, what am I even saying? There might be bits. There might be bits. That's all I'm saying for now. There could be. I have some ideas, but the server itself is going to disappear for a little while. The main storyline, not going anywhere quite yet. It will, but not for now. But again, there might be bits. I'm not promising anything because, again, I'm struggling with burnout. So, you know, also, yeah, my sheep are gone. They're still gone. Yeah, the wolf was in here. I already knew that, but I thought it'd be funny to get my sheep back, and in the background, they'd just be getting eaten anyway. So I thought that was a funny idea. I love the last video I made. Even though it's only 10 minutes long, I think it's a masterpiece. I really love making the sheep video. That's a little insight, I guess. Oh, why am I still invisible? I'm in Korea. Oh, there I am. Uh, trust me, I have fun. It's not all bad. I hope you enjoyed that. I don't know. I hope you're well informed. That's what I hope. I hope you will check out the stuff that I've made so far. If you haven't yet, please subscribe. I'd appreciate it so much. It would help me stay motivated and do more in the future, because that is another part. If YouTube does well, if my content does well, if I see people are enjoying it, people leaving comments, anything like that, even if it doesn't do much for the algorithm, which sometimes it can, but not too much. Even then, just letting me know that you enjoyed something already is just that little bit of a boost that gives me a little bit more momentum to work on things and get them out quicker. It's nothing much. It takes seconds of your time, and it makes minutes in mine, free space in my mind that I'm like, oh, I'm doing this for a reason. So I would really appreciate it if you subscribed, even if you don't quite like my content, even if you don't quite align with it, or with me, who knows. But I just really appreciate it. I could really use a little help right now. So anything that anyone wants to do, thank you. And with that, I say a final goodbye for now. Well, final is a bit much. Just a goodbye for now. It's nothing major. It makes it sound like much more a big deal than it is. It's only a little break for mental health. It's all for good in the end. So, bye-bye. And see you later. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.